I came here in the early 50s to Shelter Island, and I came through Ingrid McBrian, who was a wonderful artist here on this island. She made beautiful rug of Miss Shelter Island. I don't know if you girls remember that. It was about 12 by 15 feet, and the map of Shelter Island was in the center, and around it was all the different things that was done on Shelter Island. In the four corners were the religions, and all through the rest of it were fishing and farming and shellfishing and the lima bean factory, and tractors were on. So it was a wonderful rug. Her family got it in the end. And then she did another one. At that time, the UN had just about started, or was just getting started, when she made this rug, which was called One World. And there were two worlds were together, overlapping. And then she had in the four corners were the civilizations and history all through it. Religion and history. Was a beautiful rug, also around 12 by 15, if not larger. So she hooked rugs, and my sister was a rug hooker, and that's how we met Ingrid, through my sister's rug hooking teacher. And we went to this armory in New York City where Ingrid was exhibiting, and she had these two rugs, or the one rug anyway, Shelter Island was there, and all these other rugs which she made. She made marvelous rugs, mostly of depicting wildlife on Shelter Island. The birds, the fox, the fish. Mm-hmm. And so we went over and spoke to her. My sister, I did watercolor, and she had her watercolors all over. So I was a watercolorist, and my sister was a rug hooker. So we had a lot in common. And she said, why don't you come to visit me on the island? And we said, we'd love to. And so she said, well, just write, and I have a lovely studio, and the only thing I ask is you bring your own linen, and I'd love to have you come and stay overnight. So we forgot to get her last name. So Lillian wrote a note, and on the envelope she put to Ingrid, the lady who hooked the rug of Shelter Island, New York. And she got it.
What year was this?
Maybe now we're into the mid-50s, or somewhere 53 or something like that.
Right. So everybody kind of knew everybody.
Oh, everybody knew everybody.
Right.
So anyway, we wrote and told her we would like to come for Decoration Day weekend. What hotel was open? Well, she said they don't open up till maybe the end of June or the July weekend, 4th of July weekend. So you'd have to come and stay at my studio. And then again, she mentioned to bring your own linen. And so we said we'd love to come. So we went. We brought our stuff out and came. And she had a lovely studio above her garage. Right. And we stayed in the little studio, and she didn't want to charge us anything, but we didn't know her, and we felt we couldn't take advantage of her.
Right.
So we said, well, what do you want? She said, nothing.
Right.
We said, we'd rather pay you. So we gave her $50 and spent the whole weekend.
Wow.
So, the 30th. Yeah. And we just loved it. We said, we'd love to come back. She said, any weekend, just give me enough time that I know if my family are not coming. Right. And so we did do that. Several times during the summer we came to visit her. So I came here. We sold our house. Lillian was willing to come with me. She enjoyed it here too. And her family said, what is Mother going to do out there with you? That's a desolate place. Well, they didn't know this place is so busy.
Right.
You can get into so many wonderful things. Lillian got into the Women's Club, the Historical Society, the church. She was a deacon for many years, and I became the secretary, an elder. I think I've held every job except in the choir in that church. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, so that, you can get very busy. And I painted.
Right.
I especially painted with Ingrid. We'd get up at 7 o'clock in the morning. She would be out here earlier waiting for me to come out with my equipment.
Oh, my goodness.
And she'd take me to these places. She said, let's do the old Getty's little store. It's not going to be too long. That store's not going to be like that anymore. The candy store. So we both did it. And hers was made into a postcard. You can buy it at Carol's now, and it's darling to have. I have my painting downstairs. The man that did the postcards worked at Exxon. He came up to me and told me he would like to do my painting, and I said, I don't think I want my painting done. I think you should do Ingrid, since she's so much part of the island. And he took mine anyway and did a couple things with mine too. But with hers, he did make the postcard, which was very nice.
Right.
And we painted a lot of things on the island.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I met a lot of wonderful people because of that.
Right,
yeah.
right.
She took me over to Orient, and I met people in Orient over there, and got into a lot.
It opened up a whole different world.
New thing to me. Ingrid was the most talented lady. She and Helen Davis are the two most talented women I've met in my life. and influenced me, and Mildred
Uh-huh.
influenced me a great deal in the things that I do,
Right.
because they were so modest and so willing to tell you and help you and show you. You know, you don't get that with some people who are very talented. They don't want to pass it on.